Humans love to believe we've advanced, but we really haven't. Not morally, not ethically, not spiritually. We've upgraded our technology, but not our hearts. Same pride, same sins, same excuses we had back in the Garden of Eden. And this video is going to sting because it's not about your childhood, your job, the government, or your parents. It's about you. I'm Scott Wilkinson, and this is Foundations of Character. Today, I'm going to show you 10 traits of human nature, what I call human culture, and why they still shape your life today. Let's get into it. First, there's pride, which means I know better. It's the original sin. Pride shows up when humans say things like my truth and believe they can define their own reality, their own purpose, even their own biology. That's not evolution, that is arrogance. It's the same belief Adam and Eve had. I know better, I decide what's true. That's Eden all over again, elevating personal feelings above what God calls good, just, and pure. And from that moment until today, humans have believed they are smarter than God, the creator of the universe, as if he should take notes from us. Adam and Eve weren't tricked by a fruit. They were tricked by pride, the belief that their judgment was superior to God's instruction. And you do it too. You negotiate with the truth. You justify what you want. You treat God's boundaries like they're suggestions. Humans haven't evolved past pride. We've just decorated it with more degrees, more studies, and definitely louder opinions. Number 2 is rebellion. Don't tell me no. Rebellion is the instinct to resist boundaries. The very first human impulse was rebellion. Not murder, not theft, not jealousy, just no, I want it my way. And you still resist boundaries today. Financial boundaries, relational, moral, emotional. You even see it in modern parenting trends. Entire movements built on the idea that kids shouldn't hear the word no. That is not compassion. That is rebellion being passed down. Don't tell me what to do is the anthem of human culture. Humans don't outgrow rebellion. We just get better at explaining it all away. Number 3 is comfort. I want easy. Comfort is choosing ease over purpose. Humans will trade calling for comfort every single time. You see it in today's soft life trend, a whole movement built on avoiding pressure, avoiding responsibility, and avoiding anything uncomfortable. I mean, Israel begged to go back to Egypt because slavery felt easier than transformation. And you're no different. You want results without discipline. You want the prize without the process. And you want maturity without the sacrifice. You want blessings without the obedience. And to be great at anything, you only get 2 options. It's going to suck or it's going to suck less, but it will never be comfortable. Comfort is the god of human culture, and most people worship at the altar of it every day. Number 4 is blame. It's not my fault. Nothing's my fault. Blaming others is dodging responsibility. Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed the serpent, and humans haven't changed. You see it every day in victim culture, where feeling offended is treated like being oppressed, and personal responsibility is just thrown out. We blame parents, culture, trauma, bad luck, bad bosses, bad childhoods, anything to avoid saying, this part is on me. The world won't get better while humans keep pretending that their mess belongs to somebody else. And number 5, control. This is a big one. I want the throne. You want self-rule over God's rule. The Tower of Babel wasn't about architecture, it was about authority. Humans wanted to define truth, morality, and identity on their own terms. You see it in manifesting culture, the belief that you can speak your own reality into existence without God. Does that sound familiar? You want your own rules, your own truth, your own definition of right and wrong, your own version of God. You want the benefits of his kingdom without his leadership. Every time humans take the throne, they lose the kingdom. Number 6 is insecurity. Who am I? This is identity built on cultural trends. Human identity has always come from outside in. Tribes, trends, labels, achievements, politics, social groups, feelings. You see it today on social media. People switching identities like outfits every few months because they don't know who they really are. We're still the same insecure creatures who begged for a king in the Old Testament just to feel legitimate. Humans crave identity from everywhere except for God, and it never works. Number 7 is novelty. It's anything that's new. This is trading truth for trends. Israel never stopped chasing new gods, and Rome never stopped chasing new philosophies. Modern culture never stops chasing labels. You see it in the news cycle every day, a new crisis, a new theory, a new hot take, because novelty gets more clicks than the truth. Humans don't evolve past sin, we just rebrand it. We don't improve morality, we invent new language to excuse it. It's not progress, it's boredom dressed up as enlightenment. Number 8 is entitlement. I deserve to do whatever I want to do. Entitlement is confusing freedom with the right to ignore consequences. The right to ignore consequences. Biblical freedom is the power to do what is right without the fear of consequences. And human freedom is the demand to do whatever feels good without any consequences. You see it today in Do What Makes You Happy movement. A whole culture built around the belief that your desires are unquestionable and your feelings are the highest priority. The more people reject truth, the more they expect a free pass for whatever they want. But a free pass isn't freedom, it just traps you in your cravings. Human culture calls that progress. It's not progress, it's decay. Number 9 is conformity, because everyone else is doing it. Conformity is following the crowd instead of your own convictions. Humans are herd creatures. Pontius Pilate folded because of the crowd. Israel fell into idolatry because of the crowd. Rome collapsed because of the crowd. And today, you see it everywhere, from TikTok trends to cancel culture. People adopting whatever the crowd approves, terrified of being the odd one out. Most people don't believe what's true. They believe what's trending. And humans don't evolve past peer pressure. We just rebrand it as social acceptance. And number 10 is self-destruction. I am going to break what I don't understand. Self-destruction is ruining the systems that God designed. Humans break marriage, parenting, sexuality, responsibility, discipline, purpose, identity. Why? Because we want the gifts of God without the boundaries of God. You see it all over modern culture, from hookup culture to the rise of quiet quitting, people tearing down the very structures that were meant to protect them, and then wondering why life sucks. Every generation repeats the same cycle. We break what God built and then blame God for the brokenness. Humanity has not evolved. We've just learned how to self-destruct faster. Now, you can choose better. Awareness is the beginning of transformation. You are human, but you are not helpless. God gave you something human culture cannot cancel, cannot program, and cannot override. A choice, free will. You can choose humility over pride. You could choose obedience over rebellion, or discipline over comfort, ownership over blame, surrender over self-rule, identity from God over insecurity, truth over trends, freedom over indulgence, and conviction over conformity. You could choose restoration over self-destruction. You can't fix the world by pointing at others, at leaders, systems, or cultures. You fix the world by fixing the only human on this planet that you can actually control and fix: yourself. Human culture won't save you. Human nature won't transform you. Willpower alone will not elevate you, but God will. You don't rise above your humanity by trying to be more human. You rise above it by becoming what God designed you to be. A person shaped by God culture, not human culture. Now, if you're tired of being human, you're finally ready to be transformed. And if you want to go deeper into God culture and learn how to build it in your own family, your parenting, and your own character, subscribe and join me here. Let's grow into who God designed us to be together.